Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Wolverine 2-pack. I'm gonna keep making that joke just because I think it's funny, even though I know it's actually not. This has Wolverine and Super Psylocke in it. It just doesn't have the names on the front, and that's why I make the joke. It's just a little silly thing I do because reviewing Marvel Legends needs something to make me happy. No, this is actually a fun set. I kind of like this one personally. We'll see if it's any good objectively, but I enjoy this one a lot personally. I'll get that one out of the way right now. It is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store if anyone wants it. Link in the description below. Okay, let's go ahead and get these guys off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figures, I do want to show you my package. I like this one a lot. The yellow to the purple with the yellow and purple Wolverine logo on here. I think this is a very nice one. On this side, you can see Psylocke. That's good. On this side, you can see Wolverine. That's good. I want to take a moment just because it's so weird to me that on this one, you don't see both characters. Why'd they do that? That's weird. It makes no difference to me at all. It's just curious and interesting, and for you inbox collectors, you might care. But yeah, it's a good box. I love the artwork back here. We're going to reference this in a second. Boy, are we going to reference this. But yeah, this is one of their better looking packages, honestly. Okay, so let's do a quick question of the day. We're going to do two of them because it's a two-pack. Question one. Which of these two figures did you want that made you want to buy the 2-pack? Did you care about another version of this, which we almost kind of got before Wolverine, or did you care about Super Psylocke? For me, I could have easily done without this guy in terms of what I wanted to add to my collection. Do I hate that I have it? No, we'll get to that. Just in terms of what you wanted. For me, it was all about Psylocke here, okay? And then the second question of the day is, did you ever think there would be an action figure of this version of Psylocke? I didn't, but I like it. All right, so let's go ahead and do our usual. We're going to focus on this guy very little, and then we'll move on to the new stuff. But we're going to do it all real quick. So Wolverine is about 5 3/4 inches. That's going to be just shy of 15 centimeters. Psylocke is about 17 centimeters, not counting her mask thingy. It's going to be about 6 5/8 roughly. We'll see what they look like up against the one figure to rule them all. Creepy Uncle Darwin. Alright. And he is right in between the two, really. So, there you go. Alright. Wolverine. Aesthetics. Matte finish all the way around, love it. The skin is a wonderful and also horrible choice. Not horrible. Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. I love matte black all the way, looks good. Even the knee joints are fairly matte finished. That's somewhat difficult to do with that plastic, and that's probably why they're not perfect, but they did a good job with that, so all right. Belt looks like a rubber band. It might actually be, no it's not. Okay, so it's decent. We'll get to the heads. I want to talk about the skin tone. It's a little bit pink, and that's a bummer because it looks pinkish orange and I don't care for that, but the PVC they used is very nice. It catches the light very well. It gives them a very organic look, and so that's a good thing. It makes the figure look nice. The hair paint job on there, I imagine some people hate it. I don't mind it. It's a little heavy, but I like it. The thing I hate is that they don't, like the arms don't fit together well. This side's okay, but I imagine if I pose it, it'll, well, I guess it's okay. So maybe mine's just a defect over here. I don't know. But that kind of sucks that there's a giant gap there. Let's talk about the face. It's a really good sculpt for a face. Does it fit the body in terms of style? Not even a little bit. It's very detailed. And this is the problem with Marvel Legends doing the super realistic faces. They don't match these really unrealistic, like very doughy, cartoonish looking bodies. So is the head a good sculpt? Yes. I love the blue paint job on it. The paint job on the face is super clean. Just too realistic, and it looks weird because it doesn't match the body. If you don't care about that, then you don't care about that. But there you go. Alright, the other issue I have with this guy is the head sits weird because nobody's neck is quite like that. Like, that's a big curve and forward lurching neck, and that's because it's meant to sit farther into the head. The head should sit deeper on that, and it would look better. But it will help for some posability, so I guess that's okay. So Wolverine's fine, unremarkable, but fine. Like a very basic Marvel Legends, completely run-of-the-mill, average at best sort of figure. Okay. Now this one, on the other hand, there's a lot going on here. Like a whole lot. Is it all completely new? Maybe the Yeah, I think it's all completely new. I don't think there's a single piece on here that's old stuff. No, I might be missing 1 or 2 pieces or something, but whatever. You get the point. There's a lot going on here. And it looks pretty darn good. Is it perfectly accurate? Probably not. But there's a decent amount of paint, at least some line work on the silver here and here. There's some shading in here which looks oddly cartoonish. Like, that's a strange choice. They never do that, but they did it. So there's that. The paint job on the hands is wonderful. You'll see that more when we get to the accessories. Actually, it'll be better seen in that section, but you can see it there. So that's good. The face is really well done, though, again, kind of realistic looking, so that's a bit strange, hard to notice on this one, though. The hair has some nice purple shading in it, so it looks really, really good. The sculpt work is on point. I mean, she's a little skinny, especially for being armored up. She's definitely pretty skinny, and her chest is a weird shape, even though it's kind of armored up again. But yeah, this is what Marvel Legends, every figure should be like this. I mean, it doesn't have to be all new stuff, but this amount of detail and paint work and effort put into it is what I'm talking about. So she's gonna get a 9 out of 10 from me for Marvel Legends for the aesthetic. Very pleased with that. She is too skinny, if you ask me. In fact, let's see. I guess the skinniness isn't so far off. It's pretty okay, I guess. I thought she was a little curvier here, but I guess not. So, yeah, we'll let it slide. So I'm sticking with that rating. Now, let's go ahead and get into the accessories. We have 2 alternate heads. One for Wolverine, where he's slightly smirking. I don't want that. I mean, it's fine if it was a purely bonus accessory, but I want this. That's the whole freaking point of the figure. Why doesn't he have an angry head? What are they doing? Why do we have this goofy-ass, slightly smirky head? I don't get it. Does that bother anybody else? Like, what was the design choice there? That's weird. So I don't like that at all. Now, she has another head where she's not all powered up, and it looks really good, except for mine, the face is smushed, the lips are off to one side, that eye is off to one side, and the sculpt is actually kind of smushed, I think. You can see her cheekbones kind of sunken in. So I don't know what happened there, but otherwise it would be a nice alternative head, so that's kind of cool. You get some alternate hands for Wolverine. He's got the 2 fist hands on him in the package. You get the 2 claw hands with the removable claws that don't look great, but are okay. For Psylocke, you get the 2 fist hands on her. And then 2 clenchy hands, which have a wonderful sculpt and paint job. Very pleased with that. Then you get some effect parts of some orange sizzle bubbles, and then her little psionic dagger, or whatever you want to call it. That's a pretty good spread. I'm perfectly happy with that. 9 out of 10? Yeah, 8. I'm gonna go 8 out of 10 because where's freaking Wolverine's angry face? What the heck were they thinking? Okay, so let's go ahead and do the articulation for Wolverine. I'll show you briefly, I guess, just that the way they've done this, he can look straight up, basically. But that's the only thing that's good for her. So, otherwise he looks like his neck is broken and his head is dislocated. But yeah, he can look straight up. So if you want to lean him forward and put him in that angry pose that's on the art, you can, except he's not angry at all. He's just kind of sniffing something. So, there's that. Okay, we've seen that before. Let's talk about this figure. Her articulation. Ball peg, neck, joint, with almost no range. Granted, she's covered in stuff here, so you're not going to do a whole lot. I guess that ball peg will do. You can definitely do what you need to, since she can't do much anyway with the hair and the cape and everything. So I'll let that one slide. I'll give that one to him. Alright, her shoulder pads move with the arms. That's nice, they're connected to the arms. So you get your full rotation. This side is obviously going to be limited by this. It's hard PVC. I mean, as hard as it can be at that thickness. Raising the arm up. Shoulder pad gets in the way, but it's not horrible. I mean, well, it's not great, is it? Can it go over? Maybe it'll go over. It doesn't do it naturally, can it? No, it doesn't really work that well, so she's gonna have limited shoulder range. Alright, and biceps swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow, that'll be fine, of course. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge, that's fine. It's okay. Ooh, the shoulder's kind of loose there. The shoulder pad gets in the way some. Her diaphragm joint is a decent one. Side to side is pretty good. Going back, even though the cape is in the way, you can go pretty far back. So that's nice. And then going forward, that's decent. It'll do. It's alright. This is up pretty high. Is it supposed to be up that high? I feel like it should be down lower. What's it look like in the artwork? Yeah, it's low. It's down at the hips more. So this sits too high. I don't think you should be able to see that extra bit of blue. I think that should come down a little bit lower. Looks weird. Not terrible. Okay, let's see how the hips work. Going forward, pretty well. Nothing crazy, but get up to horizontal. They don't really go back at all. They go out to the side pretty well. Not full on splits, but it'll do. And then you get your thigh swivel, double jointed knee. Pretty decent proportioning, decent sculpt work, good range, I'll take it. Ankle range goes all the way back, all the way forward, and you get an okay ankle rocker. I do have to say, I know she's not like wearing high heels in the source material, but they have a little bit of shape to them, and these are just the classic slippers that they've put on a million figures at this point, and it looks really goofy compared to the rest of the figure, so that's unfortunate, and mine was mismolded over here. But her articulation is perfectly acceptable, nothing especially good. I'll give her like a 7.5. And Wolverine gets into doesn't matter at all, because who cares about this Wolverine, and it's the same as before rating. Okay, so let's give this a final rating for the 2-pack. I'm very pleased with this. If this was a standalone release, I'd be giving it a 9 out of 10 for Marvel Legends. If this was a standalone release, it would be getting a 7, probably. As a 2-pack, because you're forced to buy both, I'm wondering if I should take away any extra points. I don't know, I don't like the whole gimmick of 2-packs where they don't need to be 2-packs. Oh, it's Wolverine's anniversary, so let's make this 2-pack where it's a figure that I don't know is absolutely essential to the collection. I'll just say 8. She's really, really nice. I like it, and he's good enough. So yeah, I'm going to say 8 overall. It's a decent 2-pack for Marvel Legends collectors. I think most of you will be happy with it. And so there you go. Again, if you want one, there's a link in the description below. But thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos at this point almost every single day, and sometimes literally every single day, depends on the week. I do have thousands of videos already on the channel, so make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.